Hello, people of Speed Gaming, and welcome to Dragon Warrior Randomizer, our Sunday weekly race. This is Smashy. I am here with Sneaky the Lost. How are you doing?
Doing great this evening. We've got a great race ahead of us. Everybody's getting set up and ready to go.
Yeah, we're actually off. And having to take a little bit of damage with the swamp, but seems like we have a nice little strip of desert tiles to utilize early on. Looks like we had some gold to begin with. So, looking like our runners do not want to test out trying to find a town. Seems like our stats are pretty good to start, so DK going after the magician.
Aichin on a gecko!
Out the magician to gain the level. Get a spell. It is stop spell. Not going to do much. Edge will fall to the scorpion.
All right, yeah. So there is some swamp here, but not too bad. You've got a couple of desert tiles to try and grind on some forest here as well. Everything is looking pretty normal so far. Obviously, the map is a little bit different. Nobody's really wandered too far. Tristel's trying to do a little bit of exploration, but there's a limit to how far we're able to go yet. We do have a decent hit point total, though. 23 hit points, I think I see on Edge. So we've got a decent hit points. He just dinged level 2. Power, speed, 1 hit point, 8 magic, and learned a spell.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of our runners just electing to grind despite having that early gold chest. Tristel's found a nice little one swamp tile spot that he can attempt to get over and see some of the world. He's now at 1 HP. Swamp tiles take 2 health away from you every step you take in them. And with 3 HP, Tristel was able to just take that one step over and is out into the world.
And finds a dead end. And a wizard. And manages to run from a wizard. Wow. And run from a wolf lord. I guess agility really is just a number.
Oh, gets ambushed by the rogue scorpion. It's attempting to stop spell him, hits the second time, and can't run away. Rogue scorpion will send him back home, which will cost him half his gold. And it looks like that was an herb start. So, to start out every seed of Dragon Warrior Randomizer, there are 2 chests that are completely randomized, and then there's a third chest which is a guaranteed key. As DK actually finds a cave, we'll find a dark cave. Okay. So yeah, it looks like in this seed it was an herb which will restore your health and some money.
Is that grave? I know he went over to the east and then down. So that sounds like grave to me. Oh, Tablet Cave. Right. Tablet Cave, because he had no encounters. Gotcha.
Yeah, today it just turns out to be the torch. However, in the current version of the randomizer, there is a feature, although it seems like the strength is pretty adequate now, so probably not going to happen. You can throw usually the torch just lights up a 3x3 square around you in dark caves. In the current version of the randomizer, there's a flag that you can actually throw the torch at enemies, and it will deal around 6 to 9 damage to any enemy except a metal slime, which will just be a normal attack against them.
Velu V also found Tablet Cave, but decided to not go in there. Werewolves have baby breath.
Yeah, skipping Tablet Cave early is always viable if you're not comfortable with its layout, because it's the lone dark cave that has no encounters in it. So if you get lost in there, you're going to have a very bad time.
Yeah, having had personal experience with that, because there are no random encounters, you can't death warp out of there. So if you try to bonk your way around and get lost, that could be a reset, and that's pretty much GG at that point.
And we learned that the wizards also have the standard Dragon Breath, which deals up to 24 damage, usually around 17 to 24. I believe it's its range.
I think that's its range if you have Erdrick's armor on. I think it can do upwards of 30 if you don't. Question mark?
Okay, looks like we're going to have level 5 here. It comes with 1 power, 2 agility, 3 health, but 5 magic.
Well, it's not an empty eye level, but it's not a particularly compelling one either.
Yeah, it looks like the majority of our runners have hit level 5 on stream.
Still
but
haven't...
They're liking this encounter zone. They're just keeping at this grind.
When in doubt, grind it out. I mean, at this point, what else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, because it looks like any attempt to escape the starting areas so far have been met with some pretty fierce resistance. Werewolves and wizards are some of the most difficult enemies in the game. They can actually appear in the final dungeon. They're on the lower end of the potential encounters in the final dungeon, but that is still more than enough to take care of a level 5 dragon warrior.
Yeah, meanwhile, rogue scorpions are also lurking about. The skeleton took out Edge, so there's definitely some mid-tier enemies here that are still a little too powerful for our adventures right now. We still haven't seen any towns, and of course we haven't seen any key items yet either. Just like in the vanilla game, you will have to go ahead and do your laundry list, your honeydew list, picking up the harp, the token, and, of course, the stones of sunlight, wherever they may be found. They could be on any of the search tiles or in any chest. And once you do that, you turn in the harp for the staff, then turn the staff, the stones, and the token in for the rainbow drop to get into Turlock Castle. So we still have quite a ways to go at this point. We're not seeing any Zoom Seed stats yet.
Yeah, no real spells, although we do have a level 6 pickup, just more stats. Looks like we're still missing that any healing spells, any combat spells. Green dragons have sleep. Ooh, diet wombo combo. The sleep into the hurt more. Doing that big old 44 and that just go home.
Yeah, that's a Durgan. Oh, hey, we have a we have a Sparko bridge down on the bottom right, or bottom left. No, bottom right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is bottom left. And in fact, we have 2 of them. The bridge that leads to a single tile.
Yeah, the meme with that, for those who aren't familiar, there's a racer known as Sparkover who has stated that at some point the search spot for the overworld will be in a swamp in one of these dead ends on the other side of the bridge. And so it kind of became a community in-joke from there, and people will occasionally search it just to validate the seed.
It has become more than an in-joke. It has become the dream that one day we shall cross the bridge onto the tiniest of islands, and there we shall find the item. In the meantime, Tristle is going to find death at the hands of the skeleton. Seems like the stats just aren't going up fast enough to really go after stuff like the skeleton.
Not yet, unfortunately. And also because they are having to go through the swamp to get to the other side, they're already at a deficit on hit points, and their hit point totals are not particularly stellar for level 6.
They don't seem to be the worst. I mean, Tristle's taking the short route. There is a path. You can go down. You can go south and then loop back up.
Oh, DK just hurled a torch at a metal scorpion, trying to go ahead and get this thing down. Doesn't manage to do it. Runs away from it instead. Finds a metal scorpion. Preemptive attack from the metal scorpion. And, the disrespect, being slain by a metal slime.
Yeah, in fact, not a metal scorpion.
No. Well, it was first a metal scorpion, then he ran into the metal slime after that. So, yeah, the metal slime's revenge.
Yeah, the just getting bopped down by the metal slime. Sometimes metal slimes can actually show up with some pretty devastating abilities, like if a metal slime starts casting Hurt More on you, it is not a good time.
This is true, but just the regular bop for like basic damage was all it needed to take him down, unfortunately.
Okay, it looks like Edge is going to give...
looks like we have a prediction in chat. When will the first key be found?
Oh boy, we got predictions. So, first key before 22:22, so about 10 minutes from now, or afterwards.
Now, of course, Rimuldar is the place to buy keys. However, you can sometimes find them early in a chest. For example, if you find Freebie Cave or Mountain Cave or Grave, any of these chests found there could potentially have a key in it as well.
Yes, and it didn't apply for this seed, but there are methods to actually... Usually you get your first key and then you immediately have to spend it opening the door to leave the throne room. However, there are ways, if the seed allows it, to sneak that key out, and then it's just like, oh, you have a key already in hand, and it's a real expensive... It's one of the more expensive ones, but there is a key shop in Tantegel, so it is possible to take that initial key and turn it into as many as you need.
Yep. Either A, you get a second key in the throne room, which is possible, but didn't happen this time. Or B, you start with a return spell and enough MP to actually cast it. And then when you return out, you avoid having to spend your key. And then when you enter the throne room, it assumes that you've already opened the door, and so it won't be present anymore. Also, if you find wings in one of those chests, you can use the wings as a return spell as well.
In the meantime, Edge getting a return via the Armor Knight, one of the most difficult enemies in the game. Meantime, Valevi actually hit level 7 and has discovered that level 7 has the spell of heal.
Meanwhile, Tristle running into a golem and gets bricked all the way back to the castle.
Those ones, oh wow, there is 17 power on level 7 with the heal spell. That is some combat power.
Yeah, that heal spell really opens things up, but not to a Dragon Lord 2 breathing golem.
Oh, they installed the furnace in that one tonight. The golem used the attack that we call the Dragon Lord Breath. It does up to 72 damage unresisted, which quite clearly is enough to just toast our runners in one hit at the moment.
Yep, they're really going to be, considering, their golems are made out of bricks and they're on fire, would you say they're really killing it?
No. But yeah, it looks like we just haven't been able to get anywhere because the degree of difficulty is ramping up pretty quickly on our runners, but maybe the heal and the strength gain will either you can grind more efficiently or you can maybe finally get out into the world. DK takes out a nice little metal scorpion for 31 experience and gets away from the wizard. In the meantime, Edge is almost there but unable to kill the skeleton. Yeah, I think where DK is at right now is about as far as we've seen. And there is swamp everywhere. There are Axe Knights everywhere. Axe Knights hit hard. He does get away, so he will be able to heal it up. But yeah, with that heal spell, you can just go through these swamps with a little bit less care in the world. You can at least heal the damage.
Yeah, level 7 is really the level you're going to need to start breaking the seed open. Until that, without that heal spell, with all of these swamps and all of these dangerous enemies around, there's just no way to really get out of that initial area without that heal spell. So level 7 definitely is starting to break open the seed. You see our runners going in various directions here to be able to try and get some exploration. What they could really use right now is some kind of a town. Something with a shop, maybe pick up a small shield or a copper sword, something along those lines.
Yeah, I just realized DK is dead to a hurt more, first of all.
Metal scorpions with hurt more.
I was about to say, DK's actually held on to quite a bit of his money, but then the metal scorpion happened. Crystal,
yes, the 17 power at level 7 is really what was needed to kind of break this up. That and the heal spell. So now we've got all of our runners at least level 7. They're all starting to expand their horizons.
Yeah, right. You can see it right there. DK just punched a skeleton for 17 damage. That's easily enough to two-shot. That just really helps out with the grinding because those skeletons are worth 25 experience. That is not bad at level 7.
Yeah, you've definitely expanded the tier of enemies that you can now successfully take down. Still not going to be taking out any Axe Knights or Star Wyverns anytime soon. But, like you said, the skeletons, trolls, Magi Wyverns, this kind of stuff that's worth a little bit more experience points than what they have been taking on previously. Except Wyverns have the sleep spell.
Thou art slept. Ooh, they
have a hurt spell, which actually
1 HP but gets blocked. And boop down with I think that's a minimum hurt roll.
That's a minimum hurt roll. So Wyverns have sleep and hurt, so definitely jerk birds at least. Maybe not murder birds, but jerk birds.
However, our runners did pick up stop spell relatively early. Let's see if anybody remembers that. Maybe you hit it with the stop spell and then just punch it a few times. Wyverns are worth a lot of experience, so...
You have a point. Because it looked like they were casting something pretty much nonstop. They've got to be a 75% chance on at least one of those, if not both. So, that could be a very viable strat, actually. And as you said, those wyverns are worth a lot of experience.
Veluvi getting beat down by this one and runs away.
I don't think I've actually seen a wyvern throw a physical punch yet.
Oh wow, level 8 actually has hurt more. DK got the level 8 and has learned hurt more.
Alright, Firebane. I think it's Firebane, right? Hurt more became Firebane?
I think so. But yeah, with that hurt more spell, you can do up to 65 damage. Which, as you can see here, just killed the Axe Knight in one hit. That
Sizzle. That's right. Firebane is an AoE.
Well, it was a little bit weird with the Dragon Warrior spells.
That's one hit on a Metal Slime. That's 2 hits on a Metal Slime.
It's still around.
It's the 3rd hit on a Metal Slime. DK has taken down a Metal Slime. 255 experience points. Courage and Wit have served thee well. Will be sent to the next level. 15 hit points was useful. And there's his Hurt More. Yeah, with Hurt More, now you have a lot broader range of enemies that are now on the menu. Axe Knights, Wraiths, even Wraith Lords, Wyverns, things that are worth over 100 experience points are now viable.
Yeah, but he is starting to run a little low on MP. So 600 experience is the goal. Once you get there, you have that hurt more and you can just start blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Well, DK is going to take a quick trip back home via the Swamp Death Warp. Just walk in the swamp till you run out of HP, and back you go. It looks like our runners are, now that they're starting to be able to explore, they're kind of having a little bit of trouble, although it looks like Tristle's found a little path directly east of Tablet. Maybe there could be something up here. Maybe there's one more cave that is the Swamp Cave, and then the rest of the map's on the second continent.
And we have passed up the time on the prediction at 22 or later, and it is past 22:22, and we have yet to see a key.
And we've yet to see anywhere a key could be. So those wanting to be cruel to our runners, well, yeah. Oh, Veluvi actually went for the stop spell, but it missed. Pretty interesting. Let's see if I'm going to try it again. Oh,
missed again. Ouch. These wyverns are resistant to stop spell. There we go. Now it's been blocked. Now he can go ahead and punch this bird in the face.
Doing 9. I mean, it's going to take a few rounds, but it's going to knock a lot off. Oh, there's a punch. Yeah, you want to heal that off. That's going to pretty much put Veluvi right at the doorstep of level 8.
Yeah, not quite there, but almost there. And then when he hits 8 and he gets the big boom, that's when we're going to start seeing him go, okay, it's time to get on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, another prediction in chat. When will we get Heal More? And it is either at level 10 or 11 or at level 12 or later. And it looks like nobody's really cashing in on 10 or 11 for Heal More.
And there's level 8 for Veluvi. So yeah, the latest any given spell can be learned is level 16. Ooh, let's see if DK finds a path here. Yes, there is continuation beyond this little thin strip of land.
has opened up into a whole new area.
Yeah, full of some pretty nasty enemies. DK is actually very close to the next level, but is going.
And that's it. Ooh, Velu V nuked down a green dragon.
And speaking of nuking, Tristal has started blasting. Has hit that level 8. Edge is 49 experience away, so just a couple of skeletons will do it. A few Magic Drakies also do it. Okay, here's level 10. It comes with 5 power, 1 agility, 12 health, 0 MP, and no spells.
The 12 health is really useful, though. I would appreciate a level like that at this point.
So yeah, kind of starting to get into a little bit of an awkward situation where we're 26 minutes in. Most of our runners have that hurt more, but yet we haven't found anything. We found Tablet Cave, but it just had a torch. That's not going to do it much good.
Yeah, watch there be a metropolitan area with 2 or 3 towns within sight of each other.
Yeah, it looks like this area that Veluvi and DK are in right now looks to be pretty much the way. Like, you go this way to find the things.
Nuking down this wolf for a bit more experience points.
Ooh, DK gonna risk it. Ah, 65.
No.
Yeah, 65 is the maximum.
2 caves there on Veluvi's screen simultaneously, but yeah, that green dragon slept and wrecked.
Yeah, DK hit it with the highest possible roll a Hurtmore can do, but the green dragon simply showed up with more HP than that, and there are
town. On Veluvi's screen, there is a town. We have a town sighting. There is civilization, theoretically, although perhaps former civilization if it's Oxenus.
Yeah, but here we go. Just that cluster of locations. We get 2 caves. I think one of them is actually swamp, and we have Rimuldar.
We have keys before the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of bettors going, why didn't you find this place about 6 minutes sooner? And the answer to that is they just didn't have the exploration power, really. There are some really powerful things in the overworld, and it's pretty much this Hurtmore that is giving them a chance. Oh, was that?
Yeah, and the heal.
Yeah, and the heal.
Buying up 2 keys, buying a 3rd key. Okay, he blew his load on keys instead of buying any gear, but that means he gets to check this one lone chest. Now, this is also kind of a gamble. He could get some really nice stuff here, or, you could get a 1 for 2
He got
deal.
5 keys, so he's fine. He got 5. And in this chest is more gold, so that just...
Okay, that paid off. Now he can go check this shop, see what is available on offer here. And that is, we see a hand axe, full plate, large shield, and a silver shield. I would go for that hand axe. Yeah. And that large shield has got to be on his mind as well, or the plate.
Yeah, quite a bit of the higher end option. And so the hand axe is 15 attack power, which if you encounter like the Axe Knight or the Green Dragon and your initial Hurtmore doesn't finish, that hand axe will help you finish them off with just that extra bit of damage. And then
he's stocking up on more keys to make sure he doesn't run out. And where is he going from here? He's going to continue exploration. You might as well, since you're already out here, out in the far 40.
Yeah, this seems like the place to be. Here's the stuff. Oh, he's gonna put that hand axe to use, but the wolf has sleep. Okay, well, if it's sleep attack, maybe he gets away with this. Ew, not against a long sleep, though. Finally wakes up. What do you do? Just
nuke it down. Don't risk it for the biscuit. Just nuke it down. Ah, Edge has now found Remildar. Command?
Yeah, Edge actually started walking away from Ribaldar, but then remembered the end chest and shall be paid off with money. And immediately puts that money to use for a good night's rest. See if Edge decides to check the gear shop and pick up a hand axe. Indeed.
And dead end that direction for Velu V. Oof. Sent back home. But he's got keys, so now he gets to check the armory. And the basement, too.
Yeah, just those keys in Tantegel Castle alone, you get 4 chests. You get an extra K from the basement of Tantegel, so let's check our treasury for tonight. It has gold.
So there is a gold grind theoretically possible. Death necklace. More gold. And Airdrick's token, one of the 3 key items necessary to complete this game. So the fact that there are not 1 but 2 gold chests means there is definitely a potential gold grind in play, which, if you're not familiar with it, basically the game can only count 8 chests. They didn't have a whole lot of space on the ROM chips back in the NES days, so if you open up more than 8 chests without hitting the overworld to clear that bit, then it forgets to remove the chest when you search it, and you can open it repeatedly.
And underneath Tantegel is the vanilla Stones of Sunlight with its McGrew. Your randomizer didn't work.
The Stones of Sunlight and the vanilla looked, so 2 of the 3 key items were actually in Tantegel Castle. And we have a Charlock sighting on DK's side.
Yeah, it seems like that is, I think, just south of the cluster, as the Droll Magi blocks DK and sends him back home. So yeah, kind of nice there, just south of Remildar. You have that nice little get the inn and then repel, take the inn, and get a nice bit into Charlock.
Did we not? Yeah, that's right. That was the vanilla freebie chest with the vanilla Stones of Sunlight in it back there. Man. Yep, no spells whatsoever on level 11, so Healmore's got to be level 12 or later.
Yeah, but it does look like we're getting quite healthy, though, as Tristel has found the keys. And yeah, DK just flexing with that, getting that early or more. Actually has 103 maximum health. Yeah, DK has taken about 1,000 experience lead so far. Hasn't got the Remildar yet, but it's pretty much only a matter of time now. Oh, is that another cave? It's Yeo Jerk. So actually, all of kind of the homework you have to do to get in the Charlock, all the trade-ins you have to do, are kind of in one spot right next to Charlock. So once our runners locate that silver harp, they can start trading in and They'll have the rainbow drop and be ready to enter Sharlock if they so choose at the time.
Oh, DK has found the Staff Cave, which I think is one of the two over by... Yeah. No, one of the three over south of Remildar. There's actually 3 caves there.
In the meantime, I think DK actually attempting to go through this cave, which, looking at the movements, appears to be, in fact, Swamp South.
Well, that could be interesting. That could open up a whole new area wherever Swamp North is.
Walking. We're at the stairs, and we discover a town and a cave immediately.
2 towns! There's the metropolitan area I was telling you about. But can he get away from this wizard? No! Does not see what it is.
Yeah, and unfortunately for DK has not gotten to Remildar yet. Hasn't went north yet to see Remildar, so is still missing out on keys. Which could actually get bad if that town is Garenham. A lot of Garenham is behind a door.
The knights have the relatively harmless hurt spell. He just responded with a hurt more, took it down for some free XP. Ran away from that wizard. We are possibly going to see what's going to go on here. Ooh, DK running into a green dragon, getting slept and wrecked.
Well, not wrecked yet, and ooh, wow.
Does manage to pull it off, though. Yeah, that hurt more didn't quite kill it off, so he had to follow it up.
I'm not sure if DK did. I haven't seen DK's inventory in a while, so I don't know if there is gear on his side, but that was a pretty good hit he finished that green off with. And Tristal with keys is going to find our little townsville. It's Cole for the first town.
Yes, 4 steps south of the bath at Cole. There is a potential search spot, and we find the fairy flute. The fairy flute in Cole. Okay, we had those stones of sunlight in the freebie cave on the back of the castle, and now we've got the flute in its vanilla location. Who rolled this?
At least flute in Cole actually happens kind of often. That one doesn't feel too egregious, but we are going to see this other town, and it is... Oh, there we go. There's Garenham right there.
There's Broadsword.
Unfortunately, Tristal has little money compared to the prices of the stuff. So, just going to go in the back. So, 3 chests. What are they? Cursed Belt.
Magic Key refund. Okay. And a second Cursed Belt. So, either Coordinates or Hawksness is confirmed to be in play. And what do I mean by that? For those who don't know, the number of cursed belts is equal to the number of search tiles in play. So they can randomly just not be there. Basically what will happen is the cursed belt will be there, but since you can't search for the cursed belt, it just makes it say, thou hast found nothing. So we know that there's 2 cursed belts that they just found. We know that Cole is one of them. We know that either Coordinates or Hawksness then will be the other one. And when we get to Cantlin, that'll confirm which it is. Okay, or, get to Hawksness.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Tristal actually making an interesting choice Here, it's the grave of Garen under Garen Ham because, yeah, it's evidently going to be that kind of seed. However, right next to those two towns is the mountain cave, and Tristal has chosen to do the mountain cave first. Actually,
DK, meanwhile, picking up a large shield. Very good purchase there.
yeah, plus 10 defense. So, blue dragons have sleep. That's scary. And we have a fairy water in the top of the old mountain cave. So yeah, pretty much right outside of... So pretty much we hit this one cluster just right outside of Swamp that has 13 chests and a search spot. So it's like...
Oh, Metal Slime shows up to DK, takes one swing at it, and it goes, nope, 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 and out of there.
Metal Slime doing what Metal Slime does. But yeah, that is just so much of the potential seed right there in one spot.
Ooh, Star Wyverns have hurt more, so we definitely have Jerkbirds this seed. Comment from chat. Why is he searching mountain? Isn't the harp going to be in the grave?
Dude, Tristal is running low on MP. Just spent all of his MP. But there is one chest left that trying to get to it. And then we'll see what Tristal does. Maybe a gold grind out of this. Maybe that's... Who knows? Last chest in the mountain cave is money. Mountain Cave is officially a complete bust, and yeah, Tristal is going to Death Warp.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to see the gold grind out of this. We know where a silver shield is with the full plate.
Yep, I can almost guarantee you that's what he's going to do. He's going to grind for the silver shield, the full plate, and maybe broadsword money if he wants to.
And it, in fact, was level 12 for Heal More. DK just got it.
DK just got the Heal More at level 12. DK now wandering into coal. The fairy flute is still useful, if not quite as crucial as it was in the vanilla game. It will still guarantee to put golems to sleep, and since you can run into golems and they hit hard and they have hurt more, or deal 2
Dragon
breath,
Lord.
excuse me, no, deal the Dragon Lord breath, that's a very defensive item, because you can blow the flute, put them to sleep, and then have a guaranteed runaway, because those things like blocking you. So it is actually useful, if perhaps not quite what the runners were hoping for.
Yeah, the downside is it takes about 8 seconds to use the flute, and then it plays its little tune, and then the message that the golem slowly falls asleep. So it kind of depends on how scary golems are in a given seed. By default, they hit really hard and have a ton of health. Reasonable defense. Just something you don't want to deal with. Like, maybe if they have weak abilities, then it may not be worth bothering, as Tristal's going to raid the treasury.
I mean, with DL2 breath, and golems being golems, there is no reason in the world why you would not be using that. I would far rather spend 8 seconds to blow the flute to put the thing to sleep than take a DL2 breath to the face. or a Golem Fist for that matter. It's almost as much, especially once you start getting into Erdrick's armor. It's still a maximum 48 hit from that DL2 breath.
Yeah, that punch is not going to be far behind, as we have Tristol showing off the gold grind. It looks like DK is actually going to... Our runners are choosing to move in the dark here. That does look like grave movement.
Yep, that's grave.
Oh, by the way, level 11 had a ton of stats.
Dragon Scale, Herb, and Herb is top grave.
However, behind another key door, there are 2 more chests.
He hasn't equipped it, though.
Oh, and DK is actually going to risk there being nothing down there. As we have seen so far, that could be a bad gamble, because we know Mountain Cave has nothing, and Cole had the flute.
I mean, it doesn't have to, because we know at least one other search tile is in play. We've seen the Death Necklace already at Mountain Cave, I think it was.
Death Necklace was in the treasury.
Oh yeah, Death Necklace was in the treasury. We've got the flute, so assuming there's only one of those 2 search spots, it could well be the harp, in which case the bottom of grave could be a bust. Or it could have, the sword or the armor. Or both the sword and the armor could be in Charlock's armory. Wouldn't that be a fun seed?
Yeah, we're just going to have to see if one of our runners takes the plunge into the deep grave. But for now, it's going to be treasury looting for Edge. Tristol trying to walk this gold all the way to Remeldar.
Ooh, Armored Knight is not what you want to run into when you're carrying a pocket full of gold.
And the first Hurtmore missed. And
blocked! Oh, stop spell! Blocked again, and nope, we're restarting. Smart move. He can't afford to lose that much gold.
Yeah, Tristol made sure to save the game. So.
Oh, we found out what the wizard's second skill is. They've got a hurt spell. Or baby breath. They also have heal more. Isn't that lovely?
Could be worse. I mean, once we pick up sufficient strength and weaponry, there's a pretty good chance you can just beat a wizard in 2 hits. So it's annoying. Not as bad as blue dragons with sleep. I'll say that much.
Yeah, those dragons this seed are already scary. Green dragons have Diet Wumbo with sleep and hurt more. The blue dragons have sleep and claw more. This is. I mean, I'm almost afraid of what the fun police are gonna have.
Okay, Valevi about to raid the top of grave. We'll see if they go deeper. Ooh, Tristol getting ambushed stop spelled, and just Alexa not do that. And it looks like Valevi did use the herb, is going deeper. We're going all the way down.
Yep, Valevi is going to complete this dungeon because Valevi has already been in Mountain Cave and realizes that was a complete bust. There aren't a whole lot of places left for these key items to be in, so he's already in grave. He might as well finish it off, tick that checkbox off of the list of things to do. Yeah, comment in chat. Yeah, watch the fun police end up spamming stop spell and hurt. Yeah, one can hope.
That is the dream. Okay, so quick check on the experience. DK still holding about a 1,000 experience lead. But Veluvi is about to pick up this first chest in the deep grave. It is a fairy water.
Gonna hurt more. This green dragon one-shots it.
Yeah, it looks like Sneaky actually has enough strength to just go after the wizards and beat them down.
You mean DK?
Oh yeah, DK. Who did I say?
Yeah, you referenced me.
Do you have the strength to defeat the wizard? Like, if a wizard just popped up right next to you, what would happen?
Continuity error? I don't know. Yes, are you a bad enough dude to rescue Gwendolyn?
Okay, so Veluvi is about to pick up this final chest, which, knowing our luck, it's going to be the silver harp.
Nope, just an herb. So bottom of grave is a bust. So Tristal actually made the smart call.
Yeah, this is going to suck for Veluvi because I don't think I've seen anything too deadly. These knights are spamming a lot of stop spell and hurt, so they do punch pretty well, but when they're spamming stop spell and hurt instead, it's really not going to do much. And our runners don't have outside yet, so Veluvi is going to have to spend some time just walking out. Should get the level 12 beating up the forces of evil down here. At least one more wolf lord will do it. And yeah, there you go. Hurt more Rogue Scorpion, get the level, and we'll discover the Heal More spell.
Yeah, with Hurt More and Heal More both on tap.
Oh, jeez.
The world is your oyster.
So not only was level 12 Heal More, but it was also double-digit gains on every stat.
Yeah, level 12 was like everything you could ever ask for in a level. Given some of the perhaps less favorable levels that they've had up to this point, definitely a shot in the arm.
I mean, it's not even been that. There have been some pretty juicy levels, but just the all-around goodness, you can't deny that as an excellent level to have there. As Veluvi's made it back to the top of the grave, gonna be able to get out of here, take a quick pit stop, and keep on with the exploration.
Yep, Veluvi is using the sprite for, what is it, Rognar, the soldier from Dragon Quest IV. Edge is using a ninja, which makes sense given he got his name from the ninja prince from Final Fantasy IV. I'm not sure which icon Tristal is using.
Tristal is the female hero from Dragon.
From Dragon Warrior 3. Yes.
No, 4.
Is that 4? Okay.
Yeah, that's 4.
And DK is just using the vanilla Erdrick icon.
Yeah, it looks like Veluvi is actually going to search out the mountain cave now. Discover that big old pile of nothing. Assuming blue dragons don't have something to say about that. Okay, 3, 4, 11, 5, spell of something. DK not even gonna check it yet. But yeah, I think with that 11 HP, it actually brings their HP so high that they get to utilize one of the new features of the randomizer. The death necklace they got in the treasury in the vanilla game, it just curses you. However, we've added some functionality to it in the randomizer where if you equip it, you are still cursed, which if you die while you are cursed, the king just immediately kicks you out. However, equipping the death necklace reduces your maximum HP by 25%, but gives you 10 attack power, which, considering the super high defense of the Dragon Lord, you can use that to help improve your odds in that fight. By sacrificing, if you have a bunch of HP, you can sacrifice a little bit of it and get that extra bit of edge on the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, you really want to be over 130 hit points when you do that, though, because you want to make sure you end up with at least 97 HP, ideally. And there's DK with his gold grind going. Because, 2 maximum power deal 2 breath attacks for 48 each, assuming that you have Erdrick's armor. Because if you don't even bother. Is 96, and you want to survive at least 2 of those, so you're guaranteed to not have to heal more twice in a row. It can still be done. We have seen it happen. We have seen it happen on this channel where somebody made a run at, 86, I think? But, not generally accepted tactics.
Yeah, there are some interesting stat spreads that have to happen for you to... Well, just under 97 in general, but as low as 86, that takes some really skewed stats for that to happen.
I think it was more a case of desperation at that point. It was a bust seed. He was level, I think, 23 and still had only 96 hit points. Or 86 hit points. So it was a case of, I'm done with this seed. I'm done grinding. I'm either going to kill the Dragon Lord or bust.
Yeah, it looks like right now we just have a lot of mountain and grave exploration. Nothing burgers for everybody. That's what's on the menu right now as we're about to hit the hour mark.
Yep. Now, comment in chat about... They had commented that they had never actually beaten this game, and pretty sure it was their first video game ever. But definitely not getting anywhere near these times. Well, keep in mind, this is a randomizer. We've done a lot of things to make this game a lot less grindy than it was when it originally came out. Because remember, this was early NES era game. So a lot of the game developers still had the coin op idea of making sure you got enough bang for your buck, because these games were expensive back in that day and time. So they wanted to make sure that you weren't feeling ripped off. So they basically added an extra 20 or 30 hours worth of pure grind to the game just to give you something to do with the game. No, the game was not coin op, but most of the developers that joined Nintendo for the NES development cycle started off as coin op developers.
Yeah, that little bit of info out of the way. It looks like Veilervie is going to be the first one to take off into the world beyond the little Townsville there. Going to try to figure out where this harp is at. Maybe find some of Erdrick's gear. It's not going to be anywhere over here. Just found a dead end. We found a Star Wyvern.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like at least one of Erdrick's pieces of gear is going to be in the Charlock Armory. Let's see, what chests have we not found? Let's see. We found all of Grave. We found all of Mountain. We've gotten the 3 chests in the back of Garenham. We've got the Armory in Tantagel, and the bonus chest, and Tablet Cave. I don't think there are any more chests left that we haven't found yet. The only place left is going to be the coordinates and maybe Hawksness. One of those two must contain the harp, and we just found Hawksness on Velu V's side.
Yeah, just north of...
which means at this point, it is guaranteed that at least one piece of Erdrick's gear, either the sword or the armor, must be in Charlotte Castle. Possibly even both.
Dun, dun, dun! In the meantime, Veilevi trying to beat up this red dragon, doing some pretty nice damage to it. Oh, it's got...
Oh no, red dragons have healed more. That is not what you want to see.
At least they have heal more instead of sleep, but that... If you want to fight, if you have to fight a red dragon for progression, like... So... There is one tile here in Hoxus where as soon as you step on it, you are 100% guaranteed an encounter against one of the toughest enemies in the game. It could potentially be a red dragon. And then the cave you have to pass through to get here, the swamp cave, the princess...
Velu V just says, you know what? After having to deal with that, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, Velu V wants some MP. Wants to get that MP off of 8. So,
yeah.
I don't know if that's 8 or 3. Have a little bit of a face screen. Was 8. Yeah, kind of wants to have some more resources for this upcoming battle.
Meanwhile, DK, having a similar situation, will shortly find out the very unfortunate news about these red dragons' capabilities.
Oh, it's actually Tristle looking to be the first one to challenge the spike tile here. It is the Golem.
It is the Golem.
Get that fairy flute out.
Yeah, Golem with DL2 breath. Yeah, we're going to be using fairy flute strats here. 42 damage on a golem. What is their strength looking like at level 12?
Ooh, Tristle getting good RNG, able to keep it asleep.
Thou hast found Erdrick's sword. All right, the armor is guaranteed to be in Charlotte Castle basement. The coordinates must therefore have the harp.
Yep, so as far as this seed is concerned, you can't win without Caitlyn.
Furthermore, you're going to have to make at least one Charlock dive without armor. That first floor, all those barrier tiles that do 15 damage per step, you've got to walk through before you can even start going down for the armor.
Yeah, that is so ugly because you have all that, and the Charlock enemies are trending towards being pretty nasty this seed. Plenty of sleep flying about, quite a bit of hurt more.
Yeah, blue dragons with sleep, golems with DL2 breath, red dragons have heal more. I think I saw Axe Knights.
Oh, here we go. There's the final two. I think within like 3 screens, we found pretty much everything. And Tristle is wasting no time going straight to this old man down here at the southern end of Caitlyn. He will give us numbers, and we shall discover where the silver harp is on the overworld.
Depending on where it is, we could also see a princess being rescued. 5 by 87! 5 north 87! I don't know about you, but I'm not counting that. Then again, they don't call me Sneaky the Lost for nothing. I could see a couple of these guys trying to count that out. I am not such a man.
In the meantime, Tristle's going to upgrade the full plate to the magic armor. And that is actually a really good idea here because the full plate and the magic armor actually have the same defensive power of 24. But the magic armor, in addition to recovering 1 HP every 4 steps, it will reduce the power of hurt spells against you, including Hurt More, by about a third. So all those Hurt Mores flying about from like the Green Dragon, I believe, the Green Dragon, the Star
Werewolf.
Werewolf had baby breath.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, those Hurt Mores flying about suddenly have a little less teeth to them. And that could make or break a dive. The good news is there is a town fairly close to Sharlock, so even if you're getting hammered on this dive, it's not the biggest deal in the world to just get your armor outside, run back to Rimbledar, heal up.
Do they have outside? I don't think they have outside yet.
Well, the better question is, do they even have the
They do by 14. By 14, they've got outside and return.
Wow,
140 attack power with Erdrick's sword. That is definitely sufficient to beat the Dragon Lord. 85 hit points? Not so much.
Well, that's 85 before he sleeps. Watch this number go up. 131.
131. Okay.
The concern is you only have 9 heal more.
Yeah, you only have 9 heal mores in the tank. Yes, how romantic is it to save Gwendolyn on Valentine's Day? Message from the chat. Absolutely. In fact, I was kind of discussing earlier going, we probably should have had a couple of other flags set on there. Cursed Princess or Three's Company.
Ah, yes, the alternate win condition, various shenanigans with Princess Gwendolyn. However, today we're just bringing you a standard issue Dragon Warrior Randomizer race.
Yep. So, we already have Tristal having rescued Gwendolyn and receiving the Gwendolyn Positioning System, the GPS.
Yeah, so when you use Gwendolyn's love, she will first off give you experience to the next level, which there are flag sets in where that can be useful. There is a flag to randomize how much experience you need to get the next level, which that can be useful. But the other thing it does is it tells you your location relative to the castle, and that's how you figure out where the coordinates at. And unfortunately, DK is going back into Deep Grave.
Ouch, that's going to cost him some time. We know there's nothing down there, but he doesn't. So I can understand why he would be doing that at this point, because he's found he's found everything except the coordinates. He knows the coordinates are butts. He wants to try and see if he can pull it inside straight and not have to go rescue the princess and go count out those coordinates. So, unfortunately, that's not going to pan out for him, but I understand the logic behind it.
And the good news is he has outside. Maybe DK was waiting for outside all along, so once DK discovers this herb, it just... Oh, okay, well, outside, go get the princess. Yeah, look at that damage to the wizard takes 1 hit and then just immediately has to use that heal more spell. DK just slamming down that wizard.
Yeah, I very much doubt anyone is going to be able to do a DL2's kill on the same dive that they get their armor. There's just too much damage they're going to be taking on the way down, blowing too many resources on the way down. But, we're actually getting into the end game now. Once we get coordinate, Tristan looks like he's going for the harp right now. He already knows where both Jerk and Staff Caves are. So he's working on it now, 76, 15. So he needs to go up 10 and over another 10. Well, 9. Meanwhile, Edge picking up a silver shield from his gold grind.
Yep, it looks like DK looking like the Armor Knight. Ooh, that's not a bad enemy to find here. It does know Stop Spell, although we don't have the armor, so it Stop Spell can actually wind up doing its job.
Yeah, but then you just cast Sword more.
Ooh, is Tristle about in the right spot?
Kaishin Unageki!
Yep, Tristle has found the Silver Heart. And it's actually in a super convenient spot. It's right in that cluster. It's
right over by those caves, but just south of Remuldar, yeah.
Yeah, like I think, or no, it's a bit further over to the west, but that our variants may have tripped over that Silver Heart one or two times already. And yeah, Tristle in fact did walk past the trade in, and just east of this cave is going to be the Dirk. If Tristle really wants to, going straight into Charlock is an option now.
And gonna go ahead and get that rainbow drop. He already knows where Charlock is. He's seen the castle. I'll be honest, with these stats, I'd dive right now just for the armor.
In the meantime, DK is actually taking a moment here to pick up level 15. Maybe he wants some more MP. I mean, you get a big chunk of MP on a level, and suddenly it could be on the table that you just went on the dive.
Well, I mean, right now, he's got a decent grind. The Armored Knight is not a major threat. He's got a good chance of casting Stop Spell, which doesn't matter when you're casting Sword more. They're worth a lot of experience points. It does make sense. It does make sense. It's just that it would do a lot better if you had, gotten the armor before you started doing that.
Well, the thing is, in theory, you could beat the Dragon Lord on these stats. The problem is just getting there with all of your MP intact, but while you're right here, why not just go ahead? You got some MP to spare, just go ahead and get the stats and then get your homework done and maybe try a win in one go, although he does need to be careful here.
Yeah, these Star Wyverns have hurt more as well, so this is going to, I mean, if Tristle is the first into Charlock Castle, but it looks like he's hanging around the entrance, going to start grinding here for some reason. I would probably risk a dive right now.
Oh, there it is. 15. There's 15 MP on level 15. That is almost certainly go mode.
Oh yeah, that would be absolute go mode. I still don't think they're going to buy it in one dive, which is why I would dive immediately for the armor outside, rest up, then go down.
Yeah, it's not helping that Tristle has discovered, oh, there's red dragons here. They have heal more. And it seems like they love to use that heal more as well, which is just not good.
Yeah, I mean, he may be thinking about a one-shot dive instead of doing it in two. That's a risky move. I mean, with those barrier tiles that are going to be draining at least one or two heal mores out of your tank, even at 94, you're only looking at, 12 heal mores?
11. However, they have 140 attack power. There's a pretty good chance they'll wind up finding the fighter's ring at some point, which is another +2. They have so much HP that doubles are extremely likely.
Or just about enough hit points to use the Death Necklace for another +10 attack power.
I mean, that is an option, but I think at this high strength, you actually want the double potential over.
Yeah. Although, smacking the Dragon Lord for 25 damage does have a certain appeal.
Anyways, Tristol picks up that gigantic MP gain on level 14. And Tristol actually seems to be going for the top floor Charlotte grind. This is kind of like the alternative to if you feel you don't have good grinds at Swamp and Hawksness, which Hawksness is awful for a grind.
Yeah, Hawksness is that golem. I mean, it can be done with Fairy Flute strats, but it's kind of bad, and it's kind of out there way away from everything. The Swamp Crave grind is a lot better. It's an Armored Knight, yes, but it's an Armored Knight with Stop Spell that doesn't matter when you're hitting this hard. So, less dangerous and more consistent to fight. And it's in the back of Garenham anyway, so you have immediate location to go to restore. It's kind of a no-brainer for a grind here. I'm not sure why he's grinding in Charlock.
Yeah, DK's got the harp, so with level 15, I imagine DK is just going to pick up the rainbow drop stuff, take a quick nap in Rimmildar, go straight in at it.
That's honestly what I would do. But I mean, I would have probably just immediately tried to dive for the armor. But then again, I may be overvaluing the armor because I'm a noob. These guys are pretty good.
Okay, Tristol back into Charlock. We're gonna see how Tristol plans to handle this. Gonna try to beat the Red Dragon through the heal more.
Now, you either need to stop spell that or just get out of there. Oh, hey, managed to do it. Awesome. And I heal more. There's one heal more. Yeah, he looks like he's going to try to dive this, and I don't blame him. That armor would just be so valuable right now.
Yeah, I think Tristol might be going for kind of a grind on the dive to the armor.
Yeah, well, since he has given up on the idea of being able to do the DL2 in one shot, he's basically going to take all of the experience on offer on his way down because he's going to be spending his resources anyway. And I understand that logic. That's probably what I would have done personally.
Yeah, unfortunately, these red dragons are proving to be super annoying.
Yeah, these red... I would not be playing with these red dragons. I'd either be running from them or stop spelling them.
Well, when you have hits for 47, there's the potential to just blast through any potential heal mores. DK is so close to Charlock, just has to go south from here. And it looks like DK is actually still taking fights as he lands the Kaishin no Ichigeki. Yeah, that's where Charlock's at. Sometimes you see Charlock early and then you get everything done and...
Wait a minute, where did I find that again? Where was that? Yeah, see also my handle. I am Sneaky the Lost for a reason.
Yeah, sometimes Charlock can be the stealthiest 7x7 patch of tiles in the game. Ooh, that's interesting. Edge is actually grinding on the golems and did use stop spell to good effect. Was there a healing spell that we missed on them by any chance? Oh, this is risky. Ooh. Not yet that we've seen, and it goes down. Yeah, DK's trying to run from the red dragon, but I think unfortunately a bit of a problem was the agility was a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. He's down to 20 MP as well.
Well, Tristle's fighting the red dragons. DK's the one making a run for it.
Yeah, DK's trying to make a run for it. I don't think he's going to be taking on the Dragon Lord with 75 MP, even with the amazing strength.
I think 75 is actually enough to do it. Just considering
really? On 9? Or, 9?
9 Healmores when you have 140 attack power, that's 10 to 20, average of 15. Yeah, I think the math is if he can get down there with all of that MP intact, he's got a pretty good shot at it. Of course, the problem is he's got to get down there and blue dragons or more red dragons showing up. And yeah, there goes another Healmore. Now it's getting pretty sketchy.
Tristle got kicked out, unfortunately, or rather he ran away. He had just barely enough MP for an outside spell with 1 MP left, topped off in Remuldar, and is making a second attempt. Good decision there.
Well, DK is onto the bottom floor. Oh, green dragons, not what you want to see.
Yeah, not these green dragons, not with the Diet Wombo on tap.
I don't think you want to see these dragons either. How about we just don't see any dragons? Oh, they
do have the Diet Wombo as well.
Nasty. DK is almost out of herbs.
Yeah, but he's also on the bottom floor.
Okay, the werewolf isn't too terrible. Pretty easy to run from.
Yeah, werewolf just has DL, not DL, but baby dragon breath.
Yeah, they have the more standard edition.
They're taking 25 damage from an Axe Knight. Is their defense bad enough that they could get a physical for 50? There's Erdrick's armor in the very first one.
Yeah, and he's going to raid this whole thing looking for herbs, looking for the fighter's ring.
There's that third cursed belt.
Nope, we're just finding a bunch of key refunds. It's actually the fighter's ring is at the Vanilla Erdrick sword location, which we like to call the judge's table. Because unfortunately, we kind of missed it, but...
Yeah, we like to play the pyramid game with the chest and the basement of Charlock. Which one's got the big toy? Tristle getting chased back out of Charlock again. Oh no, DK getting slept and almost wrecked by that green dragon.
Yeah, now... Ooh, smart move to use the spare heal. But now you're on exactly 8 heal more.
That's dicey.
Looks like DK is still going after it, though. I mean, you get good luck against DL1 to get... and maybe get like a few stop spells, and then DL2.
I mean, like you said, you've got a chance for doubles that's pretty decent, so you could try.
You've got those big juicy hits. This final spike tile,
Blue dragon. Uh-oh. Yeah, stop spell that person, please.
Or he's gonna swing at that. Ooh, that was a juicy swing. Do we get 2 shots?
Yeah, if he stop spells it, he loses another heal more, and he definitely won't be able to do it. So I understand why he didn't, but man, that was risky. Because if you had gotten slept and wrecked, that would have been bad.
And well, with two dragons down here, DK is not risking a heal walk. Walks up to the Dragon Lord, gets ambushed by the classic ambush stop spell.
This just in, Diabetes II has actually finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 16 seconds. GG Diabetes.
And in an interesting turn of events, DK has actually put on the death necklace.
Well, looks like we're going to be hitting the 25-point slap to the face here.
And gets in... DK's actually gotten in on some really good stats. There's a big old slap for 19. Got the 2 hits to start. Actually has 101 health, so... Ooh, there's a super low roll. There's a 24. So in the vanilla game, Dragon Lord only has about 130 health. In the randomizer, he can have anywhere between 150 to 165. However, other than that little detail, the entire Dragon Lord fight is completely vanilla. Dragon Lord 1 will cast Stop Spell 25% of the time, otherwise Hurt More 75% of the time. And Dragon Lord 2 is a coin flip attack or his special DL2 big boy, you take a bunch of damage breath. DK is down to 1 heal more. And does it. Just the big hits coming through.
All right. Break out your GGs. DK has defeated the Dragon Lord.
In the meantime, Velu V cracking open Sharlock as Edge delivers the princess to the king, and we'll pick up the GPS. And Tristle is just now breaking to the bottom floor. 9 heal more in hand, about the same situation that DK was in. We'll see how Tristle does.
Yeah, even with the abysmal start to this seed, we still had at least 2 runners complete in under an hour and a half. That's actually an accomplishment on this seed.
Tristle grabs the armor and is going straight for the Dragon Lord.
Velu V looks like he's going to be grinding his way down to the basement to pick up the armor, and he's already planning on 2 dives. He's not being conservative with his resources at all. Meanwhile, Tristle is rounding the corner, will be running into this blue Durgan with 73 MP.
Going after
possible.
Oh, wow. Actually beat it in 2 hits. I think that blue dragon rolled as little HP as it can. And Tristle now about to challenge a Dragon Lord with 1 more heal more than DK had, so plenty doable. Puts on the death necklace. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about not putting the death necklace on, and 2 of our runners have slapped that thing on.
However, he's going into this fight with only 68 hit points, so he's not going to double this.
Yeah, but he does have these extra heal more compared to DK, and DK finished with a spare heal more.
True. This should be a fairly free fight.
Ooh, be careful. Ooh, low roll.
Joining us shortly will be DK.
Yeah, Tristle gets a nice juicy roll there. Seems like able to stabilize that HP out of that scary zone he was in before. And Baylor V seems to be bleeding MP like crazy. Already down to 29 MP. And still on those red dragons, which I believe were top floor only. Anytime, Tristle going down to 2 Healmores left. Swings, does 14. The hit for 21's enough. Tristle gets the job done as Edge picks up the rainbow drop. Baylor V is... This is scary for Baylor V. There's actually red dragons on the middle floors as well. Hell, get out your GGs for Tristle as the official time seems to be about an hour 31. Yeah, Baylor V is certainly going to have to two-dive this. Obviously, you're not being the Dragon Lord on 1 heal more unless you're level 30, so... And more red dragons show up. Baylor V may not even make it down there. And even Baylor V is just getting terrible luck running into red dragon after red dragon.
Yeah, and with Healmore, these red dragons are a slog. He's down to 5 MP.
Yep, that was the last Healmore. The red dragon's still not letting him go. It's in hot pursuit. One more block. The attack is enough to defeat Baylor V.
Oh, yeah, hate to see it. So yeah, we had jerk birds. We didn't really have murder bats this seed, fortunately, or Drogon lords, but those dragons were just brutal this seed. And Angel FM has finished in 4th place with a time of 1 hour 33 minutes and 5 seconds. Yeah, Edge is still only level 14, so he's trying to do his experience grind on his way to the armor.
Or it looks like Edge is actually going back to
he's going back to Hawksness. He's going to grind on these golems a bit.
For those wondering, this is not...
we had Tristle try to come in. Do keep in mind, this is a push-to-talk channel. If you don't have push-to-talk, the bot will kick you out.
Yeah, and Edge actually nails a Metal Slime. I think it's actually possible to defeat the Metal Slimes in 1 hit, so... Yeah, there's a 4. That'll kill him every time.
Wow, one-shotting a Metal Slime without a crit.
You love to see it. But... Oh, there's Tristle.
Here we go. Hey, GG, Tristle.
GG, thank you.
So, how about the seed?
Yeah, I think every I think just about every place of note except Tablet was kind of all clustered into that one spot. Like you had Vimildar and all your trade-ins in one spot, and then the swamp just took you to the rest of it. So, and as it turned out, even the overworld spot was in that area.
Yeah, I think the stream is having a bit of trouble trying to pick you up. We can hear you just fine in Discord, but I think the stream is having trouble picking you up. So we've got somebody working on that on the back end. Hopefully, we'll get that fixed for you. But how about those dragons? Yeah, golems. Actually, blue dragons also had the same diet wombo with the sleep and the hurt more.
Yeah, I think I saw that once too. I don't believe they ever managed to kill me, but I'm curious if there was a COD counter for me on that one. If I had kept one myself, I think I was somewhere in the 20s. It was really bad.
It really was. And then, of course, red dragons with heal more. So either you try to stop spell it and blow 5 MP every stop spell, or you just try to power through it with your insane attack power.
Yeah, with the low MP totals until very late, I didn't feel like stop spell was really going to do much. And luckily we had some attack power at the end, so yeah, I just kind of had to let them face tank me just like I've face tanked everything else with heal more. So it was a little bit of turnabout, but it was okay.
Yeah, and then those golems with DL2 breath.
Yeah, that was a rude surprise. Luckily, as usual, I Jethro told the first golem in Hawksness, and it never woke up from my first fairy flute. I'm going to try and rejoin and see if that fixes something.
All right.
Welcome back.
All right. Hopefully that's better now, and you can still hear me.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Excellent.
Yeah, it seems like the chat can hear you as well.
Okay, groovy.
All right. So, yeah, but I mean, the problem was you had the swamps that were kind of guiding your movements in the early game, and just outside of that initial area were things that were just one-shotting you all over the place, left, right, and center. The rogue scorpions, even the skeletons got their shots in this seed. So,
yeah, I had 1 or 2 really unlucky skeleton fights where I was maybe 1 or 2 hit points away from killing them, and 25 experience early on was huge because it took so long to get hurt more even.
Yeah.
And then everything was just kind of pointing you in one direction. There was a literal 1 square land bridge leading to everything that wasn't Tablet Cave. So, everything kind of flowed the same way. But it was a matter of how lucky were you to get there. Also, there were metal slimes, too, which always gives me a lot of fear in these races, especially these big ones. I always assume if I see metal slimes, somebody is killing 2 or 3 of them. And in this seed, killing a metal slime would have been enormous early on.
Yeah, Tristal and DK both got early metal slime kills.
I don't believe I did. Maybe
no,
else.
Not you. I know DK did. DK actually got a couple. He got one that was a crit.
Yeah, that'll definitely push you ahead quite a ways. So that tracks.
Yeah, DK got 1 or 2 early, and then Edge got a couple late to finish out his level 15, but by then he had 140 attack power, so that's just, you swing once and the metal slime falls over because you have so much attack power, you're actually getting through their defense.
Yeah.
He actually did 4 damage on a normal attack to a metal slime.
Oh, that always feels great. I haven't done that in so long. Another thing that was really interesting was actually the shops. So once you got into the open world, so to speak, you could gold grind, and then it was actually sort of interesting from there because you could choose to just go up to max gold and try and pick up flame sword, silver shield, and magic armor, except I don't know that magic armor actually was in any of the really nearby towns. It was in Cantlin. I just missed Cantlin when I peeked out of the other end of Swamp Cave. That was the last thing I found, so I don't know if magic armor was actually available or not, but silver shield was in Rimmildar. So it was actually kind of interesting when I was doing the gold grind, how much did I want to get? And I wasn't sure if I wanted flame sword because we had Hurtmore already, but I had already seen a lot of wizards and I figured that might be a thing. And if Erdrick Sword's in Charlock, you know. So there were a lot of decisions to be made on that, and I'd be curious to see what everybody else ended up with.
Yeah, meanwhile, Velu V is gonna bail on this dive. He only had 29 MP by the time he got down there. That blue dragon almost got him with that combo that they have. He's gonna go ahead and top off that MP and then make his actual dive.
Yeah, it looks like Velu V is actually gonna run all the way back to not Cantlin, but Garinham to pick up some herbs.
I don't blame him, actually. We never did find Breckenary. Nobody ever found it.
I think it was just northeast of Cantlin, and by the time you found it, it was pointless. There was no reason to go there.
Yeah.
Velu V having a little bit of trouble with Cavesville here. Which one's Swamp again?
South Swamp is the west of the two.
Velu V just accidentally went into the Jerk Cave for a brief moment.
Yeah, I had actually found so much of it that I didn't even need to go into Jerk Cave at all, because I first went into South Swamp and I figured, well, that's got to be something useful on the other end of it, hoping to backdoor Garen or something, and then I just found, all the towns instead, and I never ended up having to go back to Jerk Cave until I knew it was pigeonholed to be Jerk Cave. There was nothing else it could have been.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Edge picks up his Erdrick's armor, the last runner on the stream to pick it up. He only has 42 MP, though, so he's probably not going to be fighting any Dragon Lords on this dive, but he could still probably at least scout that trap tile.
Was the Fighter's Ring in the treasury here as well?
It was actually on the judge's table.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't open any of the other chests then.
Yeah, no, the other chests were like a couple of keys and a couple of other stuff, but nothing big.
Yeah, there were no herbs in the Charlock treasury, which is the main thing you're looking for at that point to kind of restock what you lost on the dive.
Yeah, because there were two right next to each other on the first floor of Garen's grave, I think. So I think that was pigeonholed out as well. Yeah.
Anyways, it looks like Velu V's about to give it a go for real here.
Yep, rounding out 1 hour 45 minutes, or 44 minutes anyway, and he's going to be trying to run away from these smaller critters. That agility score y'all had, though, that was not cool.
No, those are all these stats with this kind of seed like this, especially where everything just murders you early on. These are exactly the kind of stats that I'm just not very good at early on. I really love having a lot of agility. I will happily take a throne room Erdrick sword or something like that, and then I can just start cruising. But this low resources, no towns, no magic, basically struggle really tests a lot.
Yeah, it really, really does. I tell you right now, I would not have brought this in at under an hour and a half. I'd probably not have brought this in under 2 hours personally.
Yeah, it really just depends on how unlucky you get between all the wizards and the armored knights and the golems and all the flavors of dragons.
And the jerk birds.
Yeah, plus the exploration duds. You know, I full cleared Mountain Cave and Garen's Grave. And all I got out of it was a gold grind.
I think everyone did all of Mountain and Grave. I think DK actually initially skipped Deep Grave and then went back for it later, but that was after Outside, which helps out.
Yeah, the spell order too, other than Hermore, obviously, the spell order was actually kind of a problem for me too. I still can't do Tablet Cave in the dark, and I can't really do Charlock all that well in the dark, so finding Radiant ended up being an issue for me because there wasn't any great access to torches unless I went out of my way. So I'm glad I got Radiant at 15, otherwise I would have been bonking my way through Charlock a whole lot.
Yeah, that would have been annoying. Either that or just pick up a torch while you're in town.
Well, that was the trick, though, is because there were no towns on the first continent at all that sold torches. I'd have to go all the way to the other continent, and then I'm losing a fair bit of time just to go for a torch. Like that is a bad feel when you spend 2-3 minutes going for a torch.
In the meantime, Edge actually picked up level 16 and actually had 14 agility and something like 25 HP, so that is a ton of HP now.
Yeah, that puts him at over, 150 HP now?
Yeah, I think when he takes the end trip, he'll be at something like 158, maybe 159.
Yeah, something crazy. 156 maybe. Just almost worth equipping the Death Necklace now because the extra HP is just so extraneous.
Yeah, and of course, in chat, we've gone ahead and linked everybody's Twitch channels. If you like this kind of content, definitely give our runners a follow. These guys, they're pros. They're doing a great job here. And of course, I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Smashy, and behind the curtain, we've got CyberDark86 and Cambion Renokai as our trackers. No, those aren't automated. We actually have somebody hiding behind the curtain flipping switches back there. So thank you very much for your job. We've also gone ahead and linked the Discord for the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community. If you like this stuff, if you want to try it out, come on over. We've got all of the resources that you're going to need. We're a very open and welcoming community. We always like to see new faces come in, join, and enjoy this stuff too. And, we do have a tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, and enrollment is still open. So we might even see you in the next tournament.
Yeah, all this stuff is open registration. And, for those of you on speed gaming, you might watch a lot of different randomizers or a lot of different racing communities. And I'm sure every single one of them will say, the community is so great, join our Discord, etc. We really mean it. Our community is so nice. You can just join the Discord if you got any questions. Talk to anybody if you want to learn how to get set up and do any of this stuff. There are so many helpful people on this Discord. You really should give it a try. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if you want to vent a little bit about this seed, we're all ears.
Velu V is now going after the Dragon Lord. He's at 84 MP, so he's got 10 heal mores in the tank. This is about as free as it can possibly be. Barring a miss menu, of course.
Yeah, and something that kind of interested me is that everybody on stream so far has gone for the Death Necklace strategy. We had about mid 130s for HP and around 140 attack power, and everybody pulled the trigger on the Death Necklace. What were your thoughts on that strategy, Tristal?
When you reach a certain number of HP, it's basically automatic. There is no downside to equipping it once you have so many HP. The downside of the Death Necklace is you lose about a quarter of your max HP, but you know the Dragon Lord's only going to do so much damage. Heal More can only heal you so much. So any HP above a certain amount doesn't really matter in the end. And you're trading all that for 10 extra attack power, which actually is huge. So, yeah, it wasn't really close. It changed the calculus enough that you got like 2 extra heal mores out of it at level 15. I think I did that math in my head. So it may not be super accurate, but that's what I came up with. And it ended up working out. I went into the fight with only 9 heal mores, and I still had an extra one at the end.
Yeah, for those of you not familiar with the game who might be wondering, okay, so our Venos have 140 attack power as Veluvi just pile drives the Dragon Lord into oblivion. Our Venos have 140 attack power, and how is 10 extra really going to do that much? Well, the first thing we do for any math against the Dragon Lord is we immediately cut off 100 of that attack power. Because
the basic formula is your attack minus their defense, and the Dragon Lord's second form has a defense of 100. So you track 100, divide by 2, that's your maximum potential hit. Divide by 2 again, that's your minimum hit. So at 140 minus 100 divided by 2 is a max of 20, min of 10. But when you add another 10 points on there, that adds another 5 to both your maximum and your minimum. So that goes from 10 to 20 to 15 to 25. That's like 50% more damage on the bottom end.
It's like 12 to 25. There are
12 to 25. You're right, because it halves again. So 12 to 25, but you're still looking at 24 to percent more damage. It just it's absolutely huge.
Yeah, kind of the main thing you have to weigh against that is the potential for a double attack where you wind up healing for so much that the Dragon Lord actually can't get you under 48 HP in 2 hits for whatever reason, at which point you actually get 2 attacks in that given cycle.
Yeah, but the problem there is you're limited by how much your heal more can actually heal, so it's less common after that first round. And with us is Veluvi GG.
Thank you. That was definitely a seed.
That was definitely a seed. And you certainly had RNG was not in your favor this stream with the encounters.
No, it wasn't. My first dive into Charlock, I lost count. I know I saw at least 8 red dragons. Maybe the 10th one maybe is the one that I didn't have any more magic to deal with.
Yeah, something like that. It was just the only thing you were running into, it seemed like, were freaking red dragons with that blankety-blinking heal more. I would have been so frustrated at that point.
Yeah, I remembered they had heal more because I fought one in Hawksness, and they were resisting the stop spell at the beginning, so that didn't seem like a viable way to do it. So I just figured I got to run from these things, and I just one right after the other, and then like a cheeky Starweaver would come up and back attack me with a hurt more before I had the armor. That first dive was really, really bad.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was just really bad RNG for you. But then again, this seed was just a brutal seed. You had all 3 dragons had something unpleasant. Either the wombo combo with the hurt more and the sleep, or you had the big guys with the heal mores. You had jerk birds with heal mores. You had the golems with DL2 breath that was taking people out left, right, and center. It was brutal. And then again, there was everything else. Oh no, Edge with the miss menu.
Yeah, the swing on 45, and when you do that, If the Dragon Lord breathes fire when you have 45 HP, that is a coin flip to survive. Lost that coin flip, got kicked out. Didn't get kicked out at 0 MP at least, so he can heal more, but that is what the curse does. As you saw it, the king just immediately said, "Thou art cursed, get out."
Ouch. That was painful. Because Edge is actually at level 16, and he picked up even more hit points. So he, when he put on the death necklace, he still had a chance of doubles.
Yeah, that was just... for those wondering, Edge is not... This is not the Edge Edgeworth. This is actually a new... I think this Edge is actually kind of new to the randomizer. So that may have just been a mental mistake. And just... Yeah. That's just when you learn that, and you just make sure you don't let it happen again.
Does he have the silver shield? Like, I didn't do a gold grind for my shield, and I noticed that Dragon Lord hit me for 50 on at least one of those swings.
Yeah, he's got a silver shield. Everyone else except you did a gold grind, and most of them actually did their gold grind where they went down into either grave or mountain cave, and then just did a death warp back anyway because it was faster. And then, well, here's your gold grind available for free.
Yeah, what I was thinking was, each little cave or place that I found on there, I didn't want to have to go back through the swamp. It turned out everything was on the other side of the swamp cave. So I like to try to clear out that whole island whenever possible before death warping back. That time, it turned out everything was there, which was kind of interesting as well.
Yeah, and kind of another unfortunate part of taking this death. Since Edge did not find Breckenegg, that's where you go to get uncursed. So now Edge has to go down with the HP penalty from the death necklace on, which still has 120 HP, which is still more than enough to do this walk with, but still that stings.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's not a problem.
Yeah,
if nothing else, he can just cast Sword more.
If only there was a by-kill or a sap.
He did, with 150 strength, he doesn't need by-kill. He is by-kill. Question in chat: when you get uncursed from the death necklace, will the strength bonus stay active? I believe the answer to that is no.
No, all the bonus, everything from the death necklace is reversed on as soon as you uncurse. However, you can only get the death necklace once ever. Once you get that death necklace, from there on out, the chest turns into 100 to 120 gold. So you can only ever get the death necklace once. However, it doesn't seem like Edge is having too much of a problem on this stuff.
I mean, he's got 120 hit points even with the death necklace on. He's not hurting for hit points. Let's be honest.
Yeah, nice little hero run to finish off the second zone of Sharlock.
And he's got 10 heal mores in the tank. I mean, he's just got to get there. Let's hope the blue dragon doesn't. Yeah, let's hope the blue dragon doesn't be naughty like this one is.
Ooh, that is only 2 extra turns sleep, but the block.
It's trying to make him spend resources, but he's just walking it off. And here's the blue dragon. That is the Guardian, the third trap tile.
Ooh, nice job to block the spell. So if this blue dragon attempts to sleep him, which there it is, that's just a waste of turn.
And that makes perfect sense. He still has 10 heal mores in the tank even after the stop spell, so it cost him effectively nothing, and it saved him potentially a heal more. He's going to do a bit of hero walking here at the throne room to try and get him back up to a decent hit point total, and now he is a fool. He's healing at 49, so being a little conservative. I don't blame him, though, considering what just happened.
Yeah, the breath attack can do up to 48 damage. However, depending on your defense, if you have under 86 defensive power, the normal attack of the Dragon Lord can hit for over 48, which is something you have to keep in the back of your head if you get one of these super low agility seats, or a combination of super low agility and maybe there isn't a silver shield available, which in this case there was. But if you have a super low defensive power, we've seen DL2s hit for 50, 51 at times. So that's something you have to keep on the back of your mind.
Now, he does have a silver shield, so I don't think that's in play like it was with Velu, because Velu only had a large shield. So I don't think this guy can hit for 49 or 50, but better safer than sorry, especially when you're hitting the Dragon Lord for 21, 25.
Yeah, there it goes. The big hit to finish.
Break out your GG's. Edge rounding the corner. Bringing it home across the finish line. And the slight time loss for rescuing Gwendolyn here at the end, but that's okay. It is Valentine's Day after all.
And thus the race concludes. Edge has finished with a time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Yeah, and Edge commenting that it seems like that one attack was, in fact, a mismenu.
I mean, only about a half an hour between first and sixth place. That's very respectable.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sometimes these seats can get super rough and you can have some big variations in finishes. If someone's just getting hammered.
Edge. Welcome, Edge, and GG for completing this brutal seed. Thoughts, impressions?
I mean, it wasn't that bad for me. It was just that one dive into Sharlock and that miscommand cost me. Other than that, I mean, I had good exploration once I finally hit like 8. And then after that, it was just like, all right, just kind of got to find everything. I mean, I think the hardest thing was getting my coordinates and getting the harp. And once I got that, everything just kind of fell in place.
Yeah, I mean the enemies were pretty the higher end enemies at least were really nasty on this one. Your dragons with the wombo combos or the heal more for the red dragons. You had the golems with DL2 breath. You had the wizards all over the place. Man, you just was interesting, let's say.
Yeah, I think I only got hit by that DL2 once. I think that was when I was actually there in Hawks, and I was just like, yeah, no, you can stay asleep now.
Fairy flute for the win. Yeah, and that's the other thing about this seed. You had the Stones of Sunlight in the bonus cave in the basement of Tentagel Castle, and then you had the fairy flute 4 steps south of the Bath and Cole. Who rolled this?
I'm innocent.
Yeah, I think we were more surprised when we got to the bottom of grave and that was just an herb.
Yeah, I mean that like I said, the seed wasn't terrible. Everything kind of fell in place, but at the end of it all, like I said, I'm not too upset with that one. It was just kind of a fun seed. Exploration didn't really get to kick off though until like mid levels, and then after that, it was just kind of like, okay, everything's gonna fall in place where it needs to.
Yeah, without that heal, there was little way to get anywhere you needed to go because of the placement of the swamps. So once you got that heal, it was on. And then when you got hurt more, it was like, okay, let's do this now.
Hurt more was the big one. I mean, once I got hurt more, then I could finally get past that that first little area where the tablet cave was, and then I could kind of move around a little more freely. But I mean, until I got hurt more, it was just ugh.
Of course, even then, they only gave us like 30 MP or something. There was very limited charges of anything for a long time.
Yeah, and the first time I found was Rim, and that wasn't until a good ways in.
Yeah, well, looks like we're going to be wrapping this up. Great run to everybody, by the way. I mean, everyone did an excellent job on this seed. 2 hours on a seed like this is phenomenal, in my opinion. But any last words before we kick this over to another speedrunning channel?
For me, GG to all the guys involved with this race, and thanks for everybody from the channel allowing us to stream this one tonight.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Our restreamers, trackers, of course, our lovely announcers for making this happen. And of course, thank you, everybody, for the race. And y'all have a good night.
All right, in that case, this is Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth is Smashy with Kemion Renokai and CyberDark86 as our trackers. We'll see you next time.